All right. What be and then you have the radio at the end. Okay, thank you.
Hello, all right.
Okay. Now, when I interviewed you earlier today, you said you were feeling a bit weird about it. How do you feel about the royal premiere?
Equally weird. I mean, but I think it is a very strange time to be sort of, I don't know, strange from my perspective, not strange from your perspective, it's strange from mine, but it's a very good cause tonight, and I think it's an important thing to do. It's something that was arranged a long time ago, and I think that although the film is set in the war, it's not something that sort of prettifies the process or people's lives within it, and it's not something that glories in that time, although there's very much to be proud of in that time, but it's not a jingoistic or nationalistic film, and I hope it's a thoughtful film. I know it's a thoughtful film, and I hope it encourages people to get some kind of perspective on things that are happening.
Okay, now I have to ask you this, where's Kate today?
I don't know.
She seems to have disappeared.
Well, I don't blame her at all. I don't think I'd be here.
She's got a lot to deal with at the moment.
I would have thought so. I mean, can you imagine? Can you imagine coming down this line of people? I wouldn't be here if you paid me. So,
thank you
I
very
totally
much.
Understand.
Enjoy the film.
Thank you. Well, I don't know. It's a matter of point of view, isn't it? I don't know. It's. I hope that. I mean, he's not a very likable man, and he's a terrible bully, and he's supercilious and arrogant. But he also has his very particular job to do and very important function to provide, which is to keep things tight in a very leaky ship. And I think as the story unravels, then you start to see more of his point of view. And I like the slow burn of that, and I like the ambivalence of it. I think it's fun, but no, he's not a particularly nice bloke.
Was it a good fun set to work on?
It was lovely. Yeah, really good.
What did you get up to? Any tricks or pranks?
No, just there was lots of laughter, and there was lots of kind of fun and playing to be had, really, but also a lot of serious hard work. And I think that's the best mixture, when you can not compartmentalize, but you know when that's over and that starts, and you're confident that you can do what you're doing, and I think everyone was sort of up for it most days and concentrating hard. And Michael's a very sort of relaxed but hard-working director, and he'll join in and laugh too, and just get on with it. So it's good.
What about having a Rolling Stone star as your producer?
I know. Well, I suppose that after a while that becomes sort of fairly. I mean, surprising. I don't mean to sound blasé about it, but it becomes rather sort of second nature. Do you know what I mean? You kind of go, oh well, there's the producer, and it's Mick, and Mick's very approachable and nice, and surprisingly ordinary.
And obviously tonight Kate has chosen not to come. I mean, what do you think about that?
Don't blame her. I wouldn't.
You too.
First of all, how difficult was it to adapt the book to the film?
It wasn't easy, actually. It's a great story, and the novel is very cleverly structured, but it's a structure for the reader rather than for a cinema script. So it was difficult in that respect, but terrific fun when it came to writing the dialogue and so on. It was an enjoyable film to work on.
Yeah. I mean, must be difficult to make. It's a very intellectual subject, which is code breaking, which is all about intelligence into something which is dramatic. Was that the greatest challenge for this?
Well, my problem is not to put too much of it in, because I love that best. I think all the code breaking is really fascinating, and I was fascinated from almost childhood. It wasn't Enigma that turned me onto it. But it's a romance, the story and the film, which is good news for the film. But I'm pleased about the film, actually, because it plays fair with what Enigma was and what it meant. And it obviously doesn't give you everything a documentary would give you, but it gives you enough, I think.
Well, I enjoyed it very much. So
did you?
I did,
good.
yeah.
Well,
Thanks very much. Enjoyed it.
Thank you too. Thanks. Bye. Yeah.
Sorry, sir.
Mr. Robert Harris.
Oh yes, hi.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Hi, I'm from Associated Press.
This is, who is it?
Associated Press.
Oh, right.
Hi.
Oh, great.
Television.
Oh, I can't keep pace.
Have you seen the film?
Yes, many times. I like it very much.
Fair reflection of your book?
Yeah, very much. Yes, I couldn't have asked for better. It's changed a bit at the beginning, changed a bit at the end, but the central part of it is the same. And I think anyone who sees it will get a feeling of what it was like breaking codes in the Second World War, and to be able to transfer that to the screen is quite an achievement.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say would seem to be the most difficult thing, because it's a very intelligent. It's about intelligence,
Yes.
which is not something which immediately translates to a dramatic format, is it?
No, that's true, but the film does keep the sense of the tension and the adrenaline that was pumping at the time, when if you could break the code you could save lives, and it captures that, I think. And also Bletchley did develop the first prototype computers, and for the first time in this film in 50 years you can see what these look like, these bombs, and so the film is also about the birth of the modern age. That is quite visual, actually, that part of code breaking.
What do you think about? I saw this film last week, and it's an odd film to watch given what's happening in the world at the moment. Do you think is that something you feel now?
I do think that. I think the film feels differently today than it did before September the 11th. That's true. I think it's a reminder of a different kind of warfare, and it's nostalgic in a way. I mean, it's a reminder of a more communal experience of war, when the enemy was in plain sight and it was much simpler. But on the other hand, it is a reminder of the curious, paradoxical way that war can bring people together, and it makes you realize what values are worthwhile in life, and that's there in this as well, I think.
Okay, well, thanks very much. Enjoy the evening.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Hello, how are you
Hi,
again?
nice to see you
Nice to
again.
see you.
Hi.
Old friends.
Old friends, yeah. How does it feel? Royal premiere.
That's the first one I've ever had, so I think I'm slightly dazed and confused by it. I'm just kind of wafting through at the moment, but I don't think I fully quite appreciate what's going on. If I did, I'd be too nervous for words.
Is it important for a film to have this kind of event? So, it's an odd time to be having this kind of event,
Yeah,
isn't it?
I think it's okay. I think it's appropriate for this kind of film at this time. But yes, of course it helps the film. It gives the film profile. It's not a big popcorn movie. It's not a film that sells itself, so it's got to be put in front of people. People got to know it's there and know that it's entertaining and fun and a great British story within a British film. So this sort of event helps it enormously.
Just very quickly, for the members of the British public who might not know anything about Enigma, probably don't actually, why should they go and see this film?
Well, it's really, I think, the secret to how we won the war. The war was fought in the air, on the ground and all that, but the effort was really driven by these guys decoding the Enigma machine. So we knew everything that the German Army, Navy and Air Force was transmitting to each other. And not many people ever knew about it at the time. And so it's just an interesting new spin on a great moment in English history, I think.
Well, thank you very much. Won't keep
Okay,
you. We've many more to do. Thanks very much.
Very good this morning. Oh, it says it on the floor.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Right.
Crib down
Yeah.
there. So it's a royal premiere. Does that make
Yes.
it all the more special?
Yeah, it does. That's the first one I've ever been.
Could you take a few steps back, if you don't mind? That's lovely. Just turn your little sideways. That's it. So you just got a little bit of shape to your lovely body. That's nice. This way, please. So put your hands up. Hands, please. That's nice. And just look straight for me. Saffron.
Hi, hello, nice to see you. Yeah, okay. First of all, sorry, very dramatic look. Are you filming at the moment? You've got very dark.
I'm filming in Ireland, playing a girl from Connemara, and it's failed because I got to work 4 weeks ago, arrived at the airport with this hair thinking, yeah, I look native, right? And the passport guy said, where are you coming from? I said, London. He said, London? With hair like that, I'd be thinking you're from someplace like Mauritius. And So
you go for the calls
I'm
look,
there
though, aren't you?
basically, but so I'm doing a rustic thing on a cliff in Ireland, so doing that for a little while longer.
Now, this film, the character you play, kind of quite odd, ephemeral, ethereal type of character. Was it difficult to give that kind of character kind of some context, some kind of strength?
It's a tricky one, playing someone who is really essentially embodying the Enigma, because it gives you not that much to go on. But the good thing is the book, Robert Harris's novel, is incredibly complex and has a lot about Claire in there, which you can draw on. So that was a great help, you know.
And you and Kate are obviously the two girls in there. Did you get on? Did you strike up a good kind of pally-wally friendship?
I've been friends with her for years, actually. This is the first time we've worked together. But yeah, she lives up the road from me. We see each other a lot. And I think she's fantastic. And she's done an amazing job in this one.
Yeah,
brilliant job.
Difficult for her, because she's a bit Miss Frumpy, isn't she?
Well, people keep saying this. I don't think she's at all. I think she's gorgeous in the film. And she's got a very beautiful face. So really, she can't go wrong on camera.
Now,
you know.
ask you this. Where is she this evening? We're all waiting to see her. Okay.
Hello. So obviously, are you with them or them? Oh, right. Which is yours? Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, firstly, I want to ask you what you're wearing, which is amazing. Who's that by?
It's Armani.
Oh, right.
Giorgio.
You've got some.
And I have
glittering
the
stuff.
jewels. Where are these from? Someone gave them to me about an
Are they
hour ago.
real?
They're lovely.
And they are real.
They are.
Oh, wow.
There's a bodyguard somewhere. In case I do a runner.
And also, I can't help but notice you've gone dark.
Yeah, I'm working in Ireland and I'm halfway through. So I'm like Madonna. It's a nightmare. My family don't recognise me.
And so on the film, you obviously work with Kate, who I believe you're friends with. Was that good fun?
Lovely, yeah. She's fantastic and very, very witty, and you know, she's a very warm person. She's lovely.
Because your character's actually really interesting. Because at first it was this like very beautiful character, but you turn out to be this clever spy, don't you?
It's a funny one because, yeah, on the surface she's actually one of those very annoying people who kind of walks through life unruffled and seems to have an effect on people. And when you meet them in life, you want to slap them. I do. Because it's like, how do they survive in the world in this way? And playing that is tricky, but then thankfully you realise she's not like that at all, and she's full of neuroses and probably quite lonely and just has many encounters along the way, but doesn't seem to make her very happy. I mean, ultimately she's working for the war effort, you know.
And also, I mean, sadly Kate can't be here. I mean, what do you think about that?
Sorry, we have to move along too. All right.
Hi. Hello. How do you feel coming out royal premiere? Bit of an odd one.
Yeah, it's a bit odd actually, but it's been fine so far. Lovely outside, really nice reception, and it's been okay. It's been nice.
Do you enjoy this side of your job?
It's my job, you know. It doesn't really matter whether I enjoy it or not. I mean, it's necessary. I mean, you have to do it. I mean, out of respect to Michael Apted, who's one of the most extraordinary directors I've ever worked with, and you know, I adore him, and felt incredibly privileged to work with him. So, you know, of course I will do this for him. I mean, you do it for anyone you work with because it's just what you really have to do, and so it doesn't really matter. It's not the best thing I've done. It's not like going to see Hibs play football and when they win 4 or 5-0, but you know, it's what I do.
What about when the media focus on the more personal side of your life? Is that?
I just don't comment on it personally to anyone. You know? It's no one's business but mine. So that's how I deal with it.
Well, enjoy this evening.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Hello. I believe you had to have some pretty lots of physical preparation for this, i.e. dieting.
Yeah, I did. I mean, I came from... APTN.
Mick.
This is APTN, yes.
All right.
Lizzie, one of you.
I haven't seen her, but
She's downstairs in the champagne bar.
Hello.
APTN.
Hi there, how are
Hello,
you?
fine, thank you. Seems to me this is a real labour of love, this film.
That means you don't get paid. If it's a labour of love. Yeah, more or less.
But you're into all this, aren't you, this code breaking?
Sorry?
And you're into the code breaking.
Well, I thought it was an interesting background. It's not a speciality of mine. I mean, I'd read lots of things about it before the movie occurred.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think it's Bletchley Park was a really good background to have for a movie, for a story like this. So, with the background and the love story ahead of it, you know, I think it makes for an interesting, somewhat challenging film.
Now, I keep reading that this is the end of the music for you. You were so in love with film.
I know, I've got a solo album coming out in November, and then the next thing I've got to do is Rolling Stone, so, you know.
You're still into music then?
Yeah, totally.
What are we going to see from the solo album? What kind of
Lots of mixed things. I got like rock songs, dance songs, very love ballads, and a mixed bag of everything. It comes out in November. Bye.
Thank you, bye. Oh yeah, are you ready for him? He's ready for you.
This morning.
So you had a bit part in the film, didn't you?
Yeah, I see everyone wants to talk about my bit part, but that's all right, I don't mind. I love dressing out in the RAF uniform, you know. I had a great time swanning about. Yeah, I'm just in a little scene with my daughter and having a beer in a pub scene. Yeah.
So is this, I mean, this is a very new thing for you, really, isn't it?
Yes, I've done a lot of work with movies for Rolling Stones movies. On the IMAX movie, I actually did a lot of production work on that, lots of others. And this is the first big feature one I produced. But there's a lot of similarities in this and putting a big tour on, to be perfectly honest. It wasn't that different. It had a lot of the same good things and a lot of the same problems.
And so is it as rock and roll as is film as rock and roll as
This
the music
feels not
is?
at all rock and roll. It's a very old-fashioned movie.
No, I mean Offset.
Offset, it can be. This one was, you know, not so wild as all that. You know, I think setting it in this period doesn't make it so wild somehow. I think everyone sort of slows down a bit.
This film has got a lot of publicity because of sort of other things going on outside of the film.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
I don't really know what you mean.
Well, I mean Kate Winslet's married.
Oh yeah, all that. Oh well, people get married and get divorced and have babies, and you know, and movies come out. You know, I mean, it's sad. I'm sad that Kate's marriage broke up and whatever else. But
Polly.
there you go. That's life these days. Bye bye.
Thank
Carlton
you.
Television, Matthew.
Hi Matthew. In here.